Hi everyone, good afternoon. This is I once again, your host, Siddhartha. Let me show over here. Okay. Hi, welcome once again to Cine y Series con Perspectiva, the modest but hypey movie channel. So welcome once again. Buenas tardes, bienvenidos nuevamente a Cine y Series con Perspectiva. Soy su anfitrión de este video y de todos en general, de Cine y Series con Perspectiva. Y bueno, estoy en la guarida geek, como le llamo yo, the geek. I'm showing you my room. Practically it's the geek room, or the geek, headquarters. So okay, obviously this is very obvious what I'm going to go right into in a little while, but before that, subscribe here. You haven't done it, you're wrong. You're missing out on an interesting analysis and opinion, my style, which is mine and not like much that there are out there. Some are very shallow opinions. I'm about some very few that have a very good head to analyze movies in my way. I have studied filmmaking, direction, and script writing, so I can give you a pretty good opinion, analysis, and perspective about movies such as this one. So, okay. Es que bueno, suscríbanse primero que nada, antes de lo obvio de lo que va a tratar el video. Suscríbanse por acá, dice subscribe, y van a estar dentro de esta comunidad y vamos a poder entrar en acción de comentar, de opinar y todo ese rollo. Así que bueno, los invito cordialmente a suscribirse. Okay, now so let's get right into this. I am Venom. So I saw Venom, and you cannot see this, but let me get into the mood with this poster. I actually have a Venom poster. Check this out. This poster over here, it's a monstrous of a poster, some big badass poster. Es un póster muy grandote. Les quiero enseñar. Okay. I will tell you where, how to buy it if you can, in your neighborhood or in your country. I don't know if you can. Look at this baby. It's Venom. I'm going to read some facts over here that is laid upon the poster. A little bit to make it a little bit interesting, as you will see. How interesting can this analysis be? So, okay, let's get into the opinion. Vamos a entrar en la opinión. Espero que les haya gustado. Les mostré mi póster. Ahorita les comparto para que sepan dónde puedo tener un póster como el de Siddhartha. Ok, bueno, vamos a entrar. Por cierto, estoy vestido para la ocasión. Hoy, hace rato, fui a ver la de Venom. So I saw Venom with the big bad boys like this. Eddie Brock. That sort of thing. So what do I think about Venom? Who said that? So welcome to this crazy review for Venom. Okay. Okay, the first act. Let's speak in acts 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Act 1. Let's also change the image here to make it interesting. First act of Venom. Okay, I liked the first act. I enjoyed the first act. That's what I think about the first act in general. The aspects of the first act, pretty much, I don't necessarily agree all that much with people that were very impatient about the first act, about the whole thing. As I saw it recently, actually a while ago. I came from the theater, which is nearby, just a foot walk away from it. So freshly I have in my mind. So the first act is about Eddie Brock. It's all about Eddie Brock, the human being. They we spent great lengths, and they made it into great lengthy melodramatic story about Eddie Brock, about being a man who is settled, well settled in his life with a girlfriend, and that girlfriend happens to be Michelle Williams, a very talented actress, which we've seen in many motion pictures, including Brokeback Mountain. I remember, boy, she's a sweet girl, and she's very good actress. No doubt, she's very. I can see why they chose her, and I can understand some choices that we'll speak about Michelle Williams further in this review. Así que miren, el primer acto, les decía en inglés, es pues que es sobre Eddie Brock, y pasaron, de veras se esmeraron, se esforzaron y decidieron que quisieran que se debía pasar un buen tiempo en la parte humana de Eddie Brock. En el aspecto humano de Eddie Brock, en medida, sí es buena medida. Mi experiencia, mi perspectiva es que pasamos un buen rato con Eddie Brock, entender que es un hombre que está en un buen momento de su carrera, que es como empieza un buen acto, empieza con una estabilidad, y vemos una estabilidad en la película. Vemos que Eddie Brock es un hombre establecido, un hombre bien asentado, tiene una posibilidad de tener una familia con una mujer que pues es Michelle Williams, como ya sabemos. Watch out for spoilers, aguas con spoilers, veanla primero y luego vean el video, ok, pero ahí va. Seguimos entonces. Así que pues esa es la parte estable. Tiene una buena carrera, una buena profesión. Son dos cosas muy importantes en la vida de Eddie Brock. Lo que sucede en el primer acto es su pareja en primer lugar, que es lo que nos establecen, y es Eddie Brock. Claro, primeramente lo que vemos es el origen de donde surge y parte. De algún modo nos dan a entender que viene del espacio. La parte de la nave espacial que se estrella, que es como lo que vimos en el principio de The Predator, es simple hacer un splash y ese rollo. So, as I was saying in Spanish, well, practically we understand in the first act is the emotional stability of Eddie Brock. We understand that he's a well-established man with a couple, a soulmate, you could say, Michelle Williams, who's a very good actress. We saw her in Brokeback Mountain and many others. And she's well settled. He's well settled with Michelle Williams' character, and so forth. Everything is cool. This is great. He lives in a very modest neighborhood and a very multicultural neighborhood. We see how his life goes by. So yeah, Venom goes like that in the first act. We see then that he has a great career in. We see that Eddie Brock has a great career. He's a very concerned individual for his environment, his community. We see him try to uncover certain things about his community. We see him being a very in-depth investigator as a reporter, and well established, well paid. He's making ends meet, all that. It's great in the first act. I understand maybe they shouldn't have spent too time, maybe the pacing of the movie, the rhythm, the beat of the movie, story-wise, is, I think they really make us really understand the human being mostly than the symbiotic part of the movie. Okay, so I think first act. As for the first act, knowing that I know storytelling, I studied script writing over here in Mexico, and I studied filmmaking. I understand the need that they had to really establish how the much more so the most important part of the movie is the human part, and they make us really empathize with Eddie Brock, to make us really clear that he's a human being, that he's a person, that he's making really not so good choices, which really will lead him to the second act of the movie. But it's very logical, very story-wise, it makes sense, clockwork sense. Así que el primer acto es para hacernos entender que este es un hombre que tenía una vida estable, con personaje de Michelle Williams, que vive en un barrio bien modesto, que apenas sí ahí la lleva para pues su comida, llevar su buena relación, entonces todo lo que tiene que procurar. Vive en un apartamentito modesto, pero él lleva una buena carrera, va progresando en ella como reportero investigador, es muy profundo, se mete a fondo. Todo eso es lo que presenciamos. Claro, primeramente vemos la nave que se estrella, vemos no se me escapa la nave al principio, es lo primero que vemos, es astronautas hablando al principio de la película. Y tenemos que es desde ahí donde vamos viendo que es un origen muy diferente en ese sentido. Y luego vamos a ver que es como una especie de película de terror o de horror, como parece que va la película desde el principio, con la primera persona infectada, y como, sorry, fire spoilers, watch the movie first, vean primero la película porque spoiler warning, ok. Entonces pues hay una persona que sale infectada de esa nave, la están investigando, en fin. Entendemos muy bien la relación de cómo van a estar estos sucesos relacionados, cómo van a alcanzar la vida de Eddie Brock, cómo se va, más o menos, vamos viendo cómo se va a ir aproximando todo esto hacia Eddie Brock. We're gonna see how the first act is related to the second act through the things that happen in the first act, which is the spaceship crashing, someone is infected by this creature or something like that, and it's more like a zombie-ish person going on, and has, like, as we see him, the symbiote, one of the symbiotes is has possessed this person, and she's lurking about and walking by and all that. So we kind of can see this is going, you can kind of intuit and pretty much, oh, I see where they're going. So okay, that's connecting first and second act. Of course the second act is better, definitely better. Okay, the second act is even better, of course, because the second act is how it all ends up being Eddie Brock being pushed into this circumstance, this kind of disgraceful symbiosis between him and Venom, which is something that we're kind of meaning story-wise, is kind of inferring that this is kind of like, still for some moments, a kind of horror, terror kind of thing. Así que en el segundo acto es un poquito como, hay momentos de horror y terror bien hechos por Ruben Fleischer. No crean que se va en blanco y muy nice y muy bonito. Hay momentos de horror y terror. Hablando, por cierto, del segundo acto de la película, cuando obviamente surge esta simbiosis entre Eddie Brock y Venom. Vamos a ir. Okay, oh, what the fuck is this? So, okay. I think the Second act is very good, very good. I think it's where the symbiosis gets working. How Eddie Brock will be colliding, let's say, with the symbiote known as Venom, and we really get to know Venom fully through dialogue, which is good. It's great dialogue. It's very concise. It's very clear. They make it perfectly clear what is up with Venom. Why is he here? We know how he came to be on Earth. We know where he comes from, and we absolutely understand what is his purpose in this planet. Okay, así que vamos a ver en el segundo acto cómo Eddie Brock le sucede esta simbiosis con Venom. Vamos a entender que tiene sentido en la relación a personajes. Son cosas que suceden en la película. La relación de cierto personaje lo va a ir acercando a Venom, sin decirle necesariamente echarles a perder las sorpresas que son lo que nos va a mostrar. El tráiler realmente no les va a decir mucho de los giros que tiene sentido. So, okay, without giving you too much spoilers, the Eddie Brock character will be pushed almost into really, like, he has, like, it's a no choice thing. It's a no choice that he has to do something, and that something will lead to the symbiosis event. Okay, so it has to do with a person, and it's a very, like, I have no choice. It's all leading up to this, that sort of dilemma. It makes sense. I wouldn't say they could have done it otherwise. It's really, it's the only way it could make sense that it had to be this way. So, okay. ¿Qué más? Okay, that is definitely one of the best parts of the movie, is the symbiosis between Eddie Brock and Venom. Una de las mejores cosas de la película sí es la relación de Eddie Brock y Venom. Estoy de acuerdo con la crítica especializada. Desde un punto de vista aficionado pero conocedor de cine, sí tiene sentido cómo llevaron a Eddie Brock a esa situación en el segundo acto, y el propósito de Venom y todo eso. En los diálogos entre él y Venom están muy bien actuados, yo se los puedo decir, están bien hechos. Se nota que Tom Hardy de veras se esmeró, se esforzó. Esos soliloquios que tiene, como monólogos o soliloquios, como le podemos decir también, entre él y Venom, que son entre cómicos, sarcásticos, humor negro, verdades a medias, porque no es cierto. This is the moment in which Venom, this is in the second act of the film, esto sucede en el segundo acto, donde tienen tener un momento a solas, when they have a moment alone in the second act, and this is where the dialogues begin, because Eddie at the beginning of the second act is kind of confused, and I think Tom Hardy, I can tell you already, did a splendid job. He's definitely one of the best actors. From my perspective, he's one of the best actors, and I think after as Bane in the Batman saga, I think he really nails this character very well. Eddie Brock is an underdog, and he's very insecure and all that, and I think his symbiosis, his relationship with Venom, the dialogues between them, how he did the voice of Venom, it's spot on. You really can't argue that. The voice of Venom by Tom Hardy is spot on. It sounds like how you imagine this creature, this black dark entity is about. However, no, I think it's really spot on, splendid. It's very horrific moment, it's very horror-like thing. It's supposed to be some kind of abomination kind of thing going on. And I think the dialogue between them is great, well done. Tom Hardy. Really, I think he really puts himself in the role. He lives the role, and that is a very methodic actor. So, así que este es un actor muy metódico, se metió bien en el personaje. Ya estoy hablando de las actuaciones. Porque me viene a la mente los diálogos entre él y Venom son muy buenos. Son sencillos, son claros, son precisos, son concisos, palabra por palabra, oración por oración. Puedes entenderlo sin ser shakespeariano. Tienen una manera muy clara de darse a entender entre ellos. Se entienden muy bien y la relación simbiótica de lo que Venom va leyendo de la mente de Eddie mientras va indagando y escarbando en él es buenísima. Very good, very good, very good. Mind reading with Venom and how their relationship goes back and forth. Okay. Okay. Third act. Tercer acto. I think they really made it very round, very self-contained. It doesn't necessarily have to yet connect with anything or anyone in the spiderverse or whatever they want to call it. Así que el tercer acto está bien contenido, es redondo, ata los cabos. Wait a little bit. So, as I was saying, definitely, I think their relationship, the symbiosis, is one of the best bits of the movie. I think what they did between them is spot on. Really, it's magnificent. I wouldn't dare say they could have done something even better. Okay, the third act, the conclusion, somewhat of this Jekyll and Hyde factor. It's really well rounded. It's very well full circle. It's a very full circle ending. They really go into conclusions that make sense. At least from my perspective, I think they really gave it a really good closure to the film and to the storyline which they are about in this film. Between the Eddie Brock character, the Venom character, the Riz Ahmed character, which is I think is Carnage, the symbiote, and no, it's Rampage. What is the name of the other character? The Michelle Williams character. I think they really gave it full circle, and it's very spectacular. It has a lot of action and a lot of. It's a very explosive, very dramatic, very suspenseful, very bold kind of way to go. They really had fun with the characters, especially the symbiote battles are spectacular, really great. Así que el tercer acto es muy redondo, es prácticamente cerrar el círculo, atar los cabos de los personajes de Eddie Brock, de Venom, el de Riz Ahmed, el simbionte, villano de la trama. Todo el arco de los personajes se cierra bien limpio, es un final limpio. Tiene esta escena espectacular entre la batalla final definitiva entre los simbiontes y cierra muy bien el círculo, ¿ok? Así que en cuanto a guión, muy bien, ¿ok? Para una película de esta índole, de lo que se trata y que se supone que debe ser, es una película bien completa. No parece de haber cabos sueltos ni dejar situaciones o cosas muy extrañas que no tienen explicación. Todo tiene una explicación. Everything makes sense. It makes logic, full circle sense. Okay, so okay. Acting, the acting, okay, la actuación. Tom Hardy, como ya dije, lo hace. Yo sí le doy muy bien, muy buena calificación a Tom Hardy. Pensar si lo pudo hacer mejor. ¿Qué es mejor? ¿Qué hubiera sido mejor como muchos suponen? How can some critics say it could have been better? I think I would like them to really, or you also especially, maybe you know more, maybe you're more into the comic book. Actually, let me turn on the lights. Okay, Here we go. Okay. I happen to have the comic book over here, which came with the magazine that I bought. By the way, well, I'll tell you that at the ending. See, it's Venom. I had the comic book. I read the comic book. It's a very different storyline. It's about a cop, a criminal, a thug, who ends up becoming the Venom character. I hope I didn't spoil anything for those who haven't read this. Oh, it smells so good, fresh print. I've read it. I really think they can do really creepy, really dark, gritty stuff. So it's great. It's great. It's a great read, and I really think that what a lot of folks have said, that maybe they made it kind of campy in the sense of humor. Okay, I respect their opinion. Okay. However, from my opinion, I went to see this movie with my mom. She liked it. She liked that this movie, this origin story from an anti-hero, was very sympathetic. Very emphatic. It's, you can feel empathy for the person mostly. And really kind of feel sorry for this dude, or even say, well, poor fella, and just feel empathy for the character. So definitely, here's my ticket, by the way. And so I think we both enjoyed it. It's a very enjoyable movie to watch. The tone, the sense of humor, was it campy? Was it like Ant-Man, for example? Was it like Spider-Man, which is pretty much campy? I wouldn't say that, because the Eddie Brock character is a very he's a nervous man. He's a nerve wreck. He's an underdog, and he's an insecure man. He has to excuse himself in a lot of situations. I found that there was a very good sense of humor, very in tone somehow with the kind of nature, because the Eddie Brock character, well, his kind of situation going with the characters in the movie, especially his ex, in all of the embarrassing situations and awkward moments. He really makes them be like very, funny, just spot on, funny, and sometimes his dialogues are hilarious, and you really get the sense that he's an underdog, and maybe they even make us feel more empathy towards the Eddie Brock character than Peter Parker, who's also an underdog in his own right. He's a nerd, and Eddie Brock is not a nerd. He's a underdog, just like that. Así que bueno, en cuanto al tono, que muchos hablan de que muy campi, muy dicen campirano, se puede traducir, o muy chistosito, como digamos el hombre hormiga en las películas del hombre hormiga y la avispa. Yo no diría exactamente así, diría más bien que es un sentido del humor como el de Spawn. I think this is a more like Spawn, perhaps sense of humor. I don't know. I don't think actually there's some kind of comparison with any movie from an anti-hero or superhero that we can compare the sense of humor. Room Fleischer and the scriptwriters did a splendid job, really, with the dialogues and the kind of awkward situations. Así que las situaciones, el humor en las situaciones incómodas, chuscas y quizás un poco exageradas, pero entendiendo la situación, la que está actuando Tom Hardy, en ciertas situaciones creo que no está exagerando o no está sobreactuando. Hace lo más que puede porque es un simbiote el que le está poseyendo. Así que y la situación de que, por ejemplo, hay situaciones donde tiene hambre, pues Eddie Brock tiene hambre porque Venom tiene hambre. Es un tonto, como entendemos, las mujeres embarazadas comen mucho porque el embrión, el bebé que tienen dentro, pues, está teniendo mucha hambre. Comen tanto como el bebé. Entonces eso es algo, una peculiar analogía, pero sí. De hecho la relación entre una madre y un hijo es un simbionte, es simbiótica. Una relación de entre dos seres. Entonces es algo muy parecido y creo que Tom Hardy hace muy bien, entendió muy bien cómo funciona esa cuestión y los guionistas lo hicieron desde un principio. Así que bueno, yo no estoy en desacuerdo con el tono humorístico de la película. Ok, vamos a otras. No hay, de hecho, no creo que por lo pronto tengan urgencia de enfrentarlo con el Hombre Araña, pero creo que no queda muy diferente o mal parado a como supongamos podría ser, ya como lo demostraron en la fallida Hombre Araña 3. Por cierto, sí es mejor que ahora que puedan desarrollar el personaje y no se quedara en la versión de aquella de Sam Raimi. So, okay. So this is a better version as an origin story from a story-wise point of view. Okay. Let me continue make this illustratively. Okay. We spoke about him. It's a very spectacular ending. Like I said, this is one of the best, the most spectacular parts of the movie. You enjoy it, and it really route for the Venom character. Venom and Eddie Brock are both underdogs. I don't know if I spoiled you anything. I think they really did a great job with the symbiosis role playing. Yep, it's better. The creature is better created. It's really more gruesome, more fangy. Es más horroroso el personaje de Venom. De veras te da cosa. Está muy bien hecho. Las escenas donde vemos de veras. No la pude en IMAX. I couldn't see it in IMAX 3D or anything like that. But really, I think they really designed this creature even better, more detailed. Ok, the gruesome part. Ok, Ruben Fleischer viene del cine de horror y de terror. Y tiene momentos donde hace estas escenas donde tú creerías que la cámara se alejaría o harían tomas donde pues sencillamente no veríamos algunos momentos donde le arranca la cabeza literalmente. Pues no. Por eso no la vayan a ver. No lleven a sus hijos pequeños de 5 años, que sean de meses o de 5 a 7 años. Tienen que ser niños de la adolescencia para adelante, porque tiene momentos que son grotescos. Sí tiene unos cuantos. Esta es una pista y una advertencia de ellos. So, be warned, heads up. People, please do not take your small children. Please save yourselves, psychologists. Please save yourselves money on psychologists. Because this movie does have some gruesome, grueling, really dark moments. Ruben Fleischer comes from directing horror and terror films. And he's gonna really not only creep us out or freak us out, but he's really going to do things. And this is a warning. If you really think it doesn't go beyond this moment, and we don't get to see more of that, of what you know is gonna happen, and you suppose is gonna happen, you're wrong. So please do not take small children with months. No, don't take toddlers. Please take teenagers. Teenagers can already handle gruesome moments. Okay, but I'll leave that to your criteria. But please do not take small children. Although we can understand, we have criteria to understand these kind of things. These are the moments that make Venom not such a swell, benevolent being. Okay. Definitely. This is the other take. This is another shot of this same one that I showed you a moment ago. Esta es otra toma. Creo que están bien hechas para entender la criatura y su naturaleza, dicho crudamente, pues terrorífica. Ok, so remember, Venom is an abomination. Venom es una abominación. Pues me vino a la mente Spawn. El humor de Spawn es un humor muy negro, muy ácido. I saw the Spawn movie with John Leguizamo, and it's really dark sense of humor, but it's not so much the case in Venom. Well, I think this is another act. This is not Tom Hardy. So okay, I already said about the symbiosis thing. Okay, one more thing about this though. Both characters are underdogs. Both aren't precisely the best in their own worlds. Okay, so about the spiderverse and all that, yeah, they do establish that at the very end of the movie. Somehow they do. There is a certain after credits thingy, and that establishes you that this is happening elsewhere. Okay, elsewhere in the spiderverse. And they made it perfectly clear. One thing though, I want to say before I forget, Stanley's cameo is so delicious. El cameo de Stanley es tan gracioso, lo gozas el momento. Es un pequeño diálogo, unas cuantas palabras o frases, oraciones. Y nadie ha hablado del cameo de Stan Lee. Y yo sí voy a hablar de él en breve. Y creo que es spot on, de veras. O sea, de veras es un deleite ver a Stan Lee justo como lo hace. Lo que dice y cómo lo dice. Y a quién se lo dirige. So, go and see Venom right now. Vayan a ver Venom ahora mismo. El Spider-Verse, yo creo que todavía no tiene la intención o pretensión de hacerlo, pero claro que es el universo dentro del universo de Spider-Man y es muy posible, no quizás en 1, no en 2, tal vez en 3 años, hasta que desarrollen más el universo Spider-Man. Ok, esta está mucha esa imagen. So, okay, this is one of the best parts or bits of the movie. The Face Off, the Abomination spinoff, Face Off. The cast, let's talk about the cast, okay? Okay, first of all, let's begin with okay, already said, Tom Hardy did a splendid job, spot on. Great job by Tom Hardy. Please don't say he could have done it better, because it's not true. I think he did. This is the best way they could have done that Eddie Brock character. Pretty much playing the essence of the Eddie Brock character, being an underdog, being undermined, and an insecure man, and you know how he makes us feel. Not precisely sorry for him, because he really has an ego, and he makes some really bad decisions in the first act, which will lead to the second act. But he had to have some kind of imperfection. But that's great. It's a great job by Tom Hardy. Really. Great job by the man. Riz Ahmed. I think he's good in that in his role. He's a entrepreneur who has invested like thousands and billions of dollars in research and actually sending people to outer space, to a space body, let's say, so not to spoil you too much, and kind of get his ambition and what he's going at with this ambition, where he's going at with it. His face up with Tom Hardy, I think he really brings it on, really to the ultimate. So I say he's good in this in his role playing. There's a moment. Okay, we'll speak about that moment later. Michelle Williams, oh boy. I think if you have an Academy nominated actress, I think she was nominated even for her role in as Marilyn Monroe. I think it was in Marilyn and Me. She's a very good actress, and I was very worried what they were going to do with a very talented actress such as herself. How can they actually have a good role for her, that more than just being the damsel in distress? Whether she's gonna be the girl who's gonna break Eddie Brock's heart. And I think they did. I really liked what they did. The plot twists that have to do with her. She has a moment, and she has her moment to shine, let's say, and that's very interesting. It's very delicious, very wicked and delicious. That's how can you put it. It has to do with kissing. Okay, it's gruesome, but nonetheless, it's her. It's like her moment to shine, man, and I really liked it. It's very delicious, very twisted, very wicked plot twist. Okay, so I think just couldn't waste a talent like hers in this movie. It would have been a really bad decision to not have such a good actress and waste her talent and her time. No, I'm glad they did the very best they could for her. Okay, he has a really good place in this movie. He has a really good involvement in this story. Now, what's the name of this? Jenny Slate. Jenny Slate, I think it is. I will check it in a while. Well, of course, she's a very. I think she's a good actress. She has a very up close role play in the story. It's important. It's part of what gets going in the second act, and is very well related to the characters, to the main character, and I hope I didn't ruin it for you, but she has a very up close relationship in her role playing. And she's a very pretty lady. Of course, she's beautiful. Well, I can tell you already. Like I said, Riz Ahmed did a tremendously good job. He really puts himself in the role, making us all feel really that this guy is an ambitious, selfish person and entrepreneur or businessman. Really. Well, I already said about Tom Hardy. Great. Woody Harrelson. Okay, we all heard when we heard the news that Woody Harrelson was going to be in it. Okay, be warned. I'm about to say probably not exactly a spoiler, but Tom Hardy is not within this story. Okay, he is like in the movie, but he's not. He's in the post-credit scene, in the first post-credit scene, which makes more sense plot-wise. You have to stay throughout the credits, in which they, of course, say Tom Hardy and Michelle Williams, etc. Stay throughout the whole movie, because Woody Harrelson does have his moment, kind of insinuating that he's if there's a sequel, which I think it is, because it has like $80 million worldwide. So it's very likely that they say yes, let's go, and I hope they take their time to do this sequel even more developed wise. So I hope we can see Woody Harrelson and doesn't regret it and backs off. But I didn't like his hairdo in the scene. It's curly. He looks like some kind of, I don't know. He has a curly hairdo. I didn't like it. He doesn't look, I don't know, like a badass or something like that. He looks kind of silly, really. Okay. Already said about Woody Harrelson. Okay. Michelle Williams. Okay, folks, that's a little wink winky, so that you have to go out and watch the movie. I really think she's a beautiful woman, but she's a very talented actress. Really, I'm glad they didn't waste her talent. She's very well involved in the story. That's what I can say. Okay, the spectacular moment that I told you. Um, like I said, I'm sorry, but Woody Harrelson is in within the story already, going to rampage and having a battle against Venom or anyways. Okay, this is a little heads up about what is the aftermath as you watch the movie. You have to watch the whole movie, even the after credits. Okay, Jenny Slate. Yeah, her name is Jenny Slate. Just remember. You can see she's a beautiful girl. She's a talented actress. I think she's forthcoming in her career, and this was a really good push for her. Así que bueno, he hecho un chorro en inglés, ¿verdad? Um, pero sí, miren, básicamente yo estoy diciendo que los actores en general están haciendo bien su trabajo, no desperdiciaron a Michelle Williams, porque de veras le involucran bien en la historia, no desperdicien su talento, es una actriz bien importante en la industria, es una mujer que creo que deben de haber, creo que hasta rogado por ser parte a Michelle Williams, porque de veras aprovechan bien el talento de Michelle Williams, la involucran, la relacionan bien en la historia, tiene escenas para ella y hace unos momentos les mostré. Van a tener que verla, no les voy a echar a perder. Pero hay un momentito que tiene que ver con un beso que es bastante retorcido, pero delicioso, sabroso ese beso. Ya verán, es un poquito grotesco tal vez. Jenny Slate es una chica, pues, una joven actriz, es guapa, es bella. Y bueno, tal vez esté su cabello muy bien arreglado aquí. Pero es bien talentosa y creo que está alzándose su carrera. Creo que va a ser es interesante. Le dan de una buena relación, un buen rol para la película. Mm, pues bueno, ya dije Tom Hardy. Y bueno, Riz Ahmed, ya les dije. Riz Ahmed tiene, por supuesto, su rol predominante como el villano, el némesis de Eddie Brock y de Venom. Y creo que él de veras hacernos sentir pues su esa sensación de que es un paras, es un villano, es un maloso, lo debes de odiar porque es un científico, no, es un empresario que ha financiado misiones espaciales muy riesgosas y peligrosas solo para poner en peligro a la Tierra como lo hace. Pues creo que lo hace bastante bien. Aquí está Jenny Slate mejor puesta, que creo me llamó la atención. Es que de veras que es bella y sí es talentosa esta actriz. Creo que le dieron bastante importancia a su personaje. Ya estamos acabando esa parte. Esta es la parte del face-off que tienen. Hay un momento monstruoso de face-off entre ellos dos. Quiero que para que entusiasmarlos y no sientan que no va a haber estos momentos de enfrentamientos monstruosos que esperan. Sí los hay. Van a tener que ver la película. Esto ya sucede. Ya sucede ya en un momento dado de la película. Y este es un momento en el cual gustosamente le dan el gusto a los fans que decían, ay, es Venom, pero no va a ser, no va a descabechar. Pues sí, sí lo hace. So, if you think Venom wasn't going to eat somebody's head off and rip it off with his bite, his gruesome bite, you're wrong. This is what I was trying to tell you at some point in the video, but okay. So, oh boy. Okay. We are almost at the end. I'm just gonna tell you some facts, maybe a little interesting here. Damn, it's Woody Harrelson. What his face? Um, okay. Well, this is the poster. Okay, now I can tell you. This came with the magazine called Empire. I don't know if the US version of the magazine, I repeat, Empire magazine, actually has it within it. It came with the Empire magazine, the Mexican version. I bought the magazine. Let me show you a little bit. Okay, 50 minutes. Okay, but I'm going to great lengths to really analyze and think about the movie and show, does it have weak spots? I really didn't see any weak spots in the movie. Many say it's the sense of humor or the slow pacing of the first act, but okay, I don't agree necessarily, because I already told you at the first part of the video why I believe they didn't they pasted the way they did. Great lens about the humanity of the Eddie Brock character. Okay, as I was saying, this is Empire magazine Mexico. Okay, this is, I don't know if you can buy it in your country. Maybe this sounds like an ad or some commercial, but no, because if you were interested in this lithography, this poster, I love it. It's Venom. I don't know how I'm going to find some space in my room to put Venom, because oh man, it's a very cool poster. It smells good. The printing smells good even. There's this thing. Okay, Venom comes from the planet Kleintar. However, they did not mention any planet named Kleintar in the motion picture. Okay, it's a different source. It's a space body, no doubt, but it's not. It's not mentioned like such. Like here it says Kleintar. Okay, you have to watch the movie. Okay, Venom's. This is in Latin matters or something like that. Okay, but Venom is 228 in Latin measurement. Ooh, guess what? Tom Hardy is 193, so he's pretty tall. He's at the same height of Venom's shoulder. So, and poor Spider-Man is 173. He's pretty much my same height. So, speaking of heights, I think Venom is very tall, 228. I don't know how much is it in feet over there in other measurements. And for good measurement, I think Spider-Man has a disadvantage about that. But he does have an advantage, and that's clear in the movie. So, así que miren, ¿en cuánto miden? Eddie Brock, o sea, Tom Hardy mide 1.93, Venom 2.28 y Spider-Man 1.73. Decía que en la revista Empire México, no es un comercial, pero quise compartirles, mostrarles el póster de Venom para que compren la revista. No, o sea, pues si les interesa el póster, les gustó, que les compartí, que les quiero recomendar, porque es una de las cosas muy padres de esto. Lo voy a hacer en una sección, tal vez en un video nada más para hablar de recomendarles revistas, la que voy a llamar los videos que son la sección cine en letras, recomendarles revistas de cine. Ustedes recomiéndenme una buena revista de cine de su país. Recommend me a movie magazine over here in the comments, okay? As well as comment me about the movie, okay? So that is one of those facts. Another one, according to this, is the symbiote consumes adrenaline generated by Eddie Brock. Okay, so así que Venom se alimenta según bueno, aquí dice de la adrenalina, pero es muy diferente en la película, ¿ok? Bueno, esos son de los cuantos pocos datos curiosos. ¿Cuántos huéspedes ha poseído Venom? Bueno, yo no creo que vaya a ser el Hombre Araña. I don't think Spider-Man or Peter Parker is gonna be one of them. Pretty sure the movie makes it clear. Mac Gargan, Scorpion, Flash Thompson y Lee Price. Así que estos son algunos personajes. Peter Parker, el Hombre Araña, no lo creo. Bastante claro que no. No va a haber, yo creo, Spider-Man 5 o 4 cualquiera que en la cual Venom posea a Spider-Man. No lo creo. Mac Gargan, Scorpion, Flash Thompson y Lee Price, ¿ok? El primer número en que apareció Venom fue en Amazing Spider-Man 252, que fue durante las guerras secretas. Spider-Man encontró un repuesto a su traje de guerra. Okay. So that was the Spider-Man. Venom showed up in Spider-Man 252. And this is where he showed up, okay? At first, in the comics. I recommend you to buy Empire because it really has... I think this is for another section, okay? But this is the issue, if you can, para los que quieran el póster, pero también la edición vale la pena. Por lo pronto les diré eso. Tiene buenos artículos. Hay otra que les voy a recomendar. Pero esa es para la sección de cine en letras, que ya les adelanto voy a hacer. Más o menos decirles a grosso modo cómo son las revistas por aquí en México de cine, que no a todo el mundo le interesa hacer, pero a mí se me ocurre que sí. Les quiero hablar de cómo son las revistas de cine, sobre cine en México y Latinoamérica. No más vivo en México, así que solamente esas. So, okay, this is for it's almost like an hour, okay? So, okay, this will be all. Eso va a ser todo por esta ocasión. Si de veras les quiero recomendar que vean Venom. Y la van a pasar bien. You will in general have a good time. Comment below. Comment right there in the section below. What are your thoughts on the Venom movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Is it distasteful? Is it you didn't like it? Did it suck for you because it didn't go or play out the way you imagined? Which would be very much like this magazine that I showed you, which is very gruesome graphically. It does have some gruesome moments, very, cause eats people heads off and all that. So if it didn't play out that way, because these characters, Eddie Brock and Venom, have a very different definition in the movie, let's say. And other people disagree the way they define the characters, the Eddie Brock Venom characters, especially the Venom character. Comment below. Did you agree with the critics? Did it suck because of how they created Venom in the movie, how they define Venom in the movie? Or did you agree? Or you say, it's okay, it's fine? So, comment on that, comment on the acting, on the photography is pretty darn spot for the movie. It's dark when it has to be dark, gritty when it has to be gritty. It's very naturalistic when it has to. So, okay. So we are ending the video. Subscribe on over here. It says subscribe. Where it says subscribe, it's right there. It's red and white letters. So subscribe and give a chance and be part of this community. I'm opening the conversation as one of the bits over there that I'm writing. I'm going to write there. I'm opening the conversation in this channel with this community of 472. Thank you very much for subscribing. Gracias por suscribirse, 472 suscriptores. Muchas gracias por dar la oportunidad. Espero que sea esta opinión de su agrado, que valga la pena tomar en cuenta cómo pienso yo de esta película, la análisis a mi manera. Y también es importante, este video abre la conversación para los comentarios que usted, pues claro que es parte de un canal de YouTube, es la comunidad y comentar, les guste o no les guste, que a mí pues que esté de desacuerdo o no, eso es muy diferente. Es un hecho que claro que se debe de comentar, guste o no, escríbanlo. Aquí va a estar, se va a respetar. Nomás no usen palabras altisonantes, no pisoteen las opiniones de los demás. Digan por qué están de desacuerdo entre ustedes. Voy a moderar esas cuestiones. Respétense nada más cuando comenten. No se pisoteen, no se tienen que imponer por sobre alguien, faltando al respeto con palabras altisonantes, groserías, majaderías. Pueden hacerlo civilizadamente con el vocabulario adecuado. So you can agree or disagree with someone, but you don't have to be foul-mouthed, foul language and all that, to impose on someone's opinion. Be polite, be courteous, be civilized, and be a good fan and a good member of this community. I'm opening the conversation as such through this video and beginning with my own opinion. This was my opinion. This is my opinion, my perspective with analysis and knowledge of filmmaking. Okay, so now you comment below. What are your thoughts on the aftermath of all of this going on with Venom? It has 80 million dollars or something in the world. So okay, 1 hour 1 minute. Okay, all right. I'm sorry it lasted this long, but it's a very good lengthy analysis on Venom aspects of the movie aspects. So okay, la música, by the way, the music, I almost forgot. It's good. It's very proper, okay? Bueno, hasta la próxima, and check out the next video, okay? Bye.